Hi, so my name is Devesh Tilokani. My program is that I'm a fourth year Ivey HBA2 student at Western University in London, Ontario, where I'm originally from. So was born and brought up in Dubai, lived in Dubai my entire life. Background wise, my family is originally from India. So when it comes to Canada, because I'm born and brought up in Dubai, I think Dubai is a great place to live and to really grow up. But one thing in Dubai is that the universities aren't as good. The high schools are amazing. School system is incredible. One of the best in the world, hands down. But when it comes to universities, Dubai isn't exactly the best. So a lot of students in Dubai, you'll see they end up going to other countries around the world. That's mostly it's the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and Singapore. These are, I would say, the top 5 destinations. I don't know the numbers exactly, but a lot of students tend to leave. So for me personally, I was considering the US, the UK, and Canada. The UK decided not to go just because of specific reasons, didn't get the best university there. The US wasn't too keen on it with the unrest going on over there. And then Canada was the next best option. And I wanted to maybe go into sort of business and study business. And Ivey is one of the best business schools, if not the best in Canada, which is why I decided to go to Western University and pursue a degree over there. So the application process for international is also through the same OUAC app, but there's a different application for it. The website honestly has some really good guidelines on how to go about it, and there's a lot of good tutorials out there, which you can check out for sure. Like I remember when I went through the process, all I did was go through some of these specific guidelines and specific blog posts that were there that made it really helpful and pretty easy to go through the entire process. So definitely go check those out. There's some great resources on the website as a whole. Personally, I use CIBC. It's just that when I came in, I had a friend that lived in Canada and someone in her family had worked at CIBC, and he mentioned to go in for it, so decided to go in. So I know a lot of international students that come in, they make their decision based on friends that they may have in the country or family that they may have in the country. I think a lot of the banks are pretty good. For money exchange, there are different rates at banks and different rates at specific exchanges, but it's more about just comparing and trying to figure out where you can, what's the best for you. When it comes to scholarships, I had the continuing admission scholarship, which is a scholarship that you get from Western if you have a certain percentage in high school. There are a lot of scholarships though, specifically for if you're in different parts of the world. So for example, if I am coming from, let's say, the Caribbean, there are like specific scholarships for North American students that are from that specific region. So look at those scholarships that you might be applicable for. And there are a lot of websites that can they look at your profile and they tell you what you'd be sort of applicable for as a whole. So definitely look at that. I mean, sure, there were some for sure. I think jet lag is one thing. And I think for me, one of the biggest challenges is not like the social life or such, but it's more like the structure, I guess. Like the school structure, you kind of know exactly what you need to do within this specific times, and it's a lot more structured. University, you have to kind of like plan it yourself. So I guess that was a little bit of a trial and error, you could say, trying to figure out how to sort of manage all that. Yeah, the university experience beyond academics was incredible. So many clubs to join. The main thing is that you need to put yourself out there, especially in clubs week, to actually speak to people in different clubs to figure out what the hell should I do, basically. So if you live in residence, what are the pros and cons of living in residence? When it comes to pros, like an opportunity to meet so many incredible people. I made some of my best friends in residence, especially if you're an international student. If you can't afford it, financially willing, I would definitely recommend going in for residence. Con, I can see maybe one con. If like in the random selection, you don't end up with a really good roommate, that may be a bit of an issue sometimes, but honestly, pretty good overall. How do you suggest picking friends? My favorite topic, hands down, So one of the best ways that I made friends, especially in residence, was in the first couple of months. Every single day, I would make it a thing to sit with a new person in like our cafe area. It's people are really they want to meet new people because I guess everyone's there. Not many people know a lot of other people. And worst case scenario, I mean, you get an acquaintance out of it. I think Western has a great amount of resources. Definitely check out your local university's website, and there's a lot of resources on sort of managing your financial health, your mental health, your physical health, and all that kind of stuff. Career counselors are really good on campuses as well, so definitely make use of them. One thing I'd say, no one knows what the hell they're doing. Everyone is at the center of their own universes, so stop thinking that people actually care so much about you. I think at times, because we're at the center of our own universe, so we think when, for example, you walk into a room, you're thinking everyone's looking at you. Nope, everyone's looking at themselves, and everyone's thinking what they're wearing, what they're doing, what they're this. So no one really cares that much about like what you're doing as such. I definitely think I could have kept a log of my expenses, made a record of my expenses, to sort of see what I was spending on a monthly basis. That would have definitely helped. So definitely that was one thing that I would have considered. Self-care, mental health tips, general advice, morning routine. I started this in third year. I wish I started this in first year. My morning routine is pretty simple, about 15 minutes, and those 15 to 20 minutes I get a little bit of reading done, a little bit of meditation, and a little bit of like journaling. If you can give yourself 5 minutes early in the morning to yourself, 10, 15, 20, that would be great as well. But even 5 minutes, it would make a massive difference. Second thing is, might not apply to everyone, but stay in touch with your family. As an international student, you are going away from your family. What do you wish you had knew or you had taken advantage of? Do your taxes in the first year, even if you do not earn any money. File your taxes in the first year. It definitely makes a big difference. I didn't file in my first year, and I regret it. Second thing is, get a small part-time job on the side in your first year if you can afford to, if you have the time. It definitely helps you sort of get to know the work culture in Canada as a whole, and also you earn a little bit of money on the side. I think it would be really helpful if I had done it. I didn't do it personally, and that was I don't have any regrets in life, but that was something that I wish I had done in first year. Maybe getting a small part-time job on the side just to sort of test out how people work in Canada before you actually, if you have plans to settle down in Canada, before you actually settle down in Canada.